So a lot of you don't watch TikTok, and there's a few different recipes that are really trending on TikTok. One of them is this easy egg sandwich. So what you're gonna need is a frying pan that's big enough to hold 2 pieces of bread. Just measure it before you do, okay? Then you're gonna need, take the crumbs out. You're gonna need 2 or 3 eggs. It depends on what you wanna eat. I like to use bacon grease, but butter if you don't like bacon grease. I like to put meat in it, but the trend is just cheese. You need some shredded cheese. You could also use sliced cheese if you want to. And you're gonna need 2 slices of bread, and that's it. So, crack 2 eggs in a bowl. I like to mix my eggs with water, you guys know that. So I'm gonna get a splash of water from the sink. I'm gonna put my pan on high, let it get warm while I beat my eggs. I get them so they're incorporated and there's no big chunks of white floating in. Sorry about the dishwasher running in the background. Okay, that looks good. Now I have pre-cooked bacon. I made it yesterday. So if you want to have it warmer, you can just microwave it again. I'm just going to take out 2 slices, throw them on my plate. Just microwave them for 10 seconds, not even a long time, okay? They'll be ready to go on the sandwich. They sell pre-cooked bacon, but it's cheaper to make your own. Put it in the fridge. Of course, you can season it with anything that you want. If you like your eggs with any kind of seasoning. I just keep the drippings from whenever I make bacon and I put in this little cup. That's a lot. But what you do is you take a big chunk, let your pan get hot, you could swirl it around, make sure you get good coverage. This amount of eggs might go up the sides, so I usually like to get it up the sides by swirling it, and then I can put the rest back in. Okay, as long as there's enough to have a good coating. Put your eggs in. Now this part, you have to go fast, and you don't have to be so careful, but you need to go quickly and be a little careful. You put your bread in the egg and turn it over. You put your bread in the egg and you turn it over. You want to get a tongs for this, you can. The egg doesn't get that hot that fast. So you should go. You just want your egg to seize up enough that you can flip it. And that's where the bacon grease comes in really handy. Now this should be on medium heat. I put mine on high because I have no patience. And honest to God, that's the real reason. They're not ready to flip yet. I'm gonna get my bacon out. Got my bacon ready. Get my cheese open, just have my cheese ready. I'm using cheddar jack. I'm trying to get under there to get it. So, I'm gonna take a bigger spatula. I found it easy to attack the bread like this. And then you give it a flip. Now, you might have more egg hanging over than I do, which is fine. You want to fold your egg in onto your bread. When you use sourdough, the bread's really big, so there's not a lot of egg hangover. And that's where you want to add your toppings. So I'm going to put my bacon down. And my cheese. You could do sausage, whatever. Just warm it first because it won't really heat. The cheese will melt a little bit, but the meat won't really heat that much. And then I'm going to give it a second. Clean up. Clean as you go. And then you want to go ahead and do that. Melty, melty. Give it a second. I like to scrape up all these bits and put them in my sandwich. A lot of times cheese goes over and stuff, so give it just a minute on this side. I'll do a minute on the other side. That'll be all done. Don't you snap at me. Then we'll turn the whole sandwich over. Get a little toasty on the other side. This is where because I have an electric convection oven. I mean, a glass top stove. I like to turn it off, but it's still cooking. I'm gonna put the stuff away and get ready. And that's it. Beautiful egg sandwich. I like a diagonal cut. I always do. Look at all that bacon. And there you have it. It's warm, so be careful. It's not the prettiest plating job, but there you go. Enjoy. So another viral TikTok recipe is something called Dalgano coffee. I think I'm saying that right. But what it is basically it's a whipped coffee concentrate that you put over iced milk to make iced coffee. So I'm gonna use Swerve. This is a keto-friendly sweetener, doesn't spike your blood sugar, diabetic-friendly, that type of thing. I'm gonna use some instant coffee. This is just Great Value's classic roast. I don't know if your coffee tastes are better than this. Hot water, this is just, we're gonna need 2 tablespoons, but I just ran the smallest cup through my Keurig, and then a whisk, and a lot of elbow grease, and I'll show you why. So it's really simple, it's just equal parts. So if you're just gonna make it for one, they tell you 2 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons. So let's do this first. 2 tablespoons of Swerve. This is set at 1 tablespoon, so we'll do 1. 1, 2. Let's seal this up really good. There are all types of alternative sweeteners out there. I guess if you were just worried about reducing your sugar, you can go ahead and use Splenda. But Splenda does have sugar in it, so if you use too much of it, you could spike yourself, so be careful of that. And now, I'm just gonna clean off this Swerve. 2 tablespoons of instant coffee. It's so hard to open a jar of instant coffee and not think of my dad. My dad, as much as he loved coffee at a wedding, which he always used to say, catering coffee is the best coffee. He drank instant coffee every day. And when he had kidney problems, he had to stop drinking instant coffee because the amount of potassium in it. And now 2 tablespoons of really hot water. I'm gonna just put in a little bit because the first one was a little shy. Okay. And then we whisk. So I don't know how much I can talk while I whisk. I'm guessing I want to whisk to dissolve first, and then I want to whisk to fluff. So one of the YouTubers that I follow that recreates recipes from online, she actually put this in her stand mixer because she loves it so much. She makes it in big batches and keeps it in her refrigerator. But you see already, I've only been doing this for like 2 seconds, and already it's... Now, we won't lie and say that my whisking game isn't on point, but... But here's my tip. You see how I'm holding the bowl? Hey, love.
Yeah, love.
I don't need it right now, but when you get a chance, will you bring me a rubber spatula? I should have grabbed one. I just don't want to stop whisking to get one. Do you see how I'm making it so it's all in one spot? I'm just whisking back and forth. Okay. Anyone, Riley. Yeah. I just need to scrape down the bowl. Thank you so much. Anybody who's made homemade whipped cream. Ooh.
Kiss?
Excuse me?
What is that?
Oh, it's called Dalgano coffee. It's basically whipped coffee concentrate.
Looks like something you use for tiramisu.
Could, yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be bad. That really wouldn't be a bad idea. Jim just said it looks like something you'd use for tiramisu, and I was like, all right. Because that is coffee flavored, so. So this is going to eventually become really light and fluffy. I don't see why you couldn't just stop at any point, you know, as long as you're dissolved. But I can tell you, I can still feel the sweetener in there. You can see it already. It's starting to really hold together, almost like a thick pudding. But we want it to be like a mousse. So I'm gonna whip down the sides again. I'll scrape down the sides again.
That's a new one.
What?
I've heard chocolate mousse, but never coffee mousse.
Yeah, you really never had coffee mousse? I mean, this isn't coffee mousse, but mousse-like consistency. But yeah, coffee mousse is delish. Okay.
I just bring chocolate mousse. They're rolling around Yellowstone all over the place.
I will tell you, my arm is a little tired, but I really thought this was going to take a lot longer, so. Let's see about getting it all on this side of the bowl. Give this bowl a work over. In there. What?
It's a noisy.
Oh, sorry. I feel like I want to sing. Now watch me whip and watch me nay-nay. Let's scrape it down again. Now I think at this point it would be okay. I don't feel any granules while I'm scraping, which is good. It is sort of a light mousse, not a really thick mousse right now, so that's good. Are you done?
She's got a load.
Okay.
Well, what you need?
A cup of ice, a straw, and milk and heavy cream.
Cup of ice with a straw.
A cup. No, I want one of the mason jars. That's okay. Sorry. Should say glass. I want a straw slash straw. You can get me one of the paper ones with the black and white stripes. It's fine.
Okay.
It's about half ice.
Do you need milk?
Yes, I just said milk and half and half. A milk and heavy cream so I can make half and half, please.
Too heavy.
Ha ha. See that? See that? This is just sweetener. Look, this is just sweetener, coffee, and hot water. So we'll get a cup of ice. No, this is the half and half I said. Why don't you get me a plastic straw, please?
So you want me to dump this other one out?
Yes, please. Sorry. You want to wait for this bowl?
We'll do a mess.
Do you want to wait for this bowl?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. And it's the blend. See, the date on the milk isn't as paramount as the fact that you're always leaving it out. Same thing with the half and half. Oh my goodness, that's really good. That's really good. Oh, I might have a new favorite thing. I might have a new favorite thing. Oh yeah, I'm never going to Starbucks again.
What?
I'm never going to Starbucks again. I've got my Silpat on my cookie sheet ready to go. I'm going to use Swerve, which is an alternative sweetener, to make these diabetic friendly, but you can use sugar, brown sugar. I've seen the recipe done with both. The consistent things are, you need 1 cup of peanut butter. I'm using natural Jif Creamy. I was considering using the chunky, but since I bought it for Jimmy, I decided not to. But I wonder how nuts would be in here. It might be good, I don't know. So you take the 1 cup of peanut butter. This is from Pampered Chef. This, I feel like it's called the Easy Measure. I don't remember, but I love it. Alton Brown. suggested getting one, not from Pampered Chef, but in general, this plunger type. I'm just gonna use the handle. I know it sounds creepy, but that's why I picked my long rubber spatula today, so I can get the handle messy without getting my hands messy. It's just a tip, so make sure there's no air bubbles. There's a tiny bit of air bubbles, so let's just get that extra peanut butter in there. Okay, so that's 1 cup of peanut butter in the bowl. Mix in 1 egg. And try to get these blended a little bit before you add the sugar. Then you add your sweetener. Like again, I said I'm using, this is erythritol. It is, does not spike your blood sugar. It's keto, I believe. That's what I was told. I'm not doing this because it's keto. I'm doing this because peanut butter. No, because of diabetes, really. Okay. Okay. And now we're going to mix it together. It's going to create a paste. Now we're just going to mix this. And it's going to create like a dough. This happens with regular sugar too, not just with the Swerve. Okay, or Splenda blend, or whatever you want to use. Not all natural peanut butters are created equal either, so keep that in mind when you're counting your calories or macros or whatever you're doing. So that's pretty well blended. Oh, I got a little bit of shiny egg white. Hold on one second. Let me get that blended. Okay, so that's pretty well blended. I like it. And it does look like cookie dough. 1-inch cookie scoop. And let's have at it. They spread pretty good according to everybody. So, you know what? If they spread pretty good, I should do that. According to all of the videos that I saw. So I wanted to take this quick, quiet time opportunity just to jump on here to say, for those of you who don't know, TikTok is the newest social media app craze. I know it's famous for crazy dances and dad jokes, but I mostly follow comedians and cooks. There is a ton of 60-second recipes on there, people sharing their family recipes that have been handed down generation to generation. So if you're interested, definitely check them out. I'm going to go ahead and link my bio in the description box down below. I only have 1 TikTok from Christmas, but you're welcome to enjoy. So you're going to take the back of your measuring cup, since we already used it and it's dirty. And you're going to flatten, oh, remove that. And you're going to flatten all your cookies. And then because they're peanut butter cookies, thank you, Jim. Thank you, Jim.
You're welcome.
And because they're peanut butter cookies, they have to have their telltale fork marks, right? You guys know I love peanut butter. It's a favorite snack. I think this would be really good if you were actually doing keto, if you got like some Lily's baking chips and melted them down and dipped the chocolate peanut, I can't even talk. Dipped the peanut butter in some melted Lily's. That would be so awesome. And then into the oven. 350 degrees for 10 minutes. 8 to 10 minutes, really. let them go for 8. Oh, Jim, do you have an ink eraser? Sorry, Mom. Do you know what an ink eraser is, Jim? Like the white kind? Okay, sorry. Sorry, sweetie. I meant to ask you that when you came, but it's the things all happening when you came out, so sorry.
My suggestion to you, Mom, before you go and erase whatever it is you need this for, make an ink mark on a separate piece of paper and test it, because I don't know what's in there.
Well, it's like she's testing on her board. Her whole board's testy,
Okay.
so.
I just. Yeah, not a problem.
Are you saying that, Jimmy, because you don't know if that's an ink eraser?
Right.
Oh, okay. Did you tell her that?
Yes.
Oh, didn't sound like it. Sorry. So I just wanted to take this last minute to let you guys know that this is the first time trying these recipes, obviously by the title of the video. But I wanted to be able to share them with you because I know a lot of you don't go any further than YouTube and Facebook. So I thought it would be a great opportunity to bring some new and exciting recipes into your repertoire that really, for the most part, are healthy and, you know, maybe not the bacon grease cooking the egg sandwich, but other than that, you know what I mean. Obviously, these peanut cookies have peanuts in them and they have eggs in them, but they are gluten-free. They are higher in protein and lower in carbs than regular cookies. But of course, depending on which sugar you use, I think the next time I make them, I am going to use the Splenda brown sugar blend to see the difference that it makes. They do have a little bit of the sugar grit in them, which that's not bad. They're kind of like a sugar cookie that way. Now, the great thing about this recipe is it's just 3 ingredients. However, if you wanted to add vanilla, chocolate chips, nuts, any of that stuff, I'm sure it would enhance it. But let me know if you try anything. Try to make these ones on the top and see what kind of difference we get. I'm gonna make them for the 10 minutes, okay. So this next part I found to be the hardest part out of the whole recipe. I swear, I kid you not. They have to sit on the pan for 2 minutes. And me, with no patience, yeah, I waited just a minute and then I tried to move them and I broke a cookie. But the good news is I put it back on the pan and it went back together again. So definitely I'm encouraging you, even though this is 2 times speed, to go ahead and let them sit on there for the whole 2 minutes. Wait till you see what happens. Holy fudge nuts, it's heavy. When did life get so heavy? Ooh. Fail. That's a fail. So then I went ahead and I let them sit for an additional 2 minutes. I think I'm going to go get dressed while I'm doing that, cleaning up. Oh, I'm tasting it. Oh, no, I'm not tasting it. What are you talking about? They're my crumbs. It's my table. I know it's clean. Leave me alone. I actually will tell you, I find them very delicious. I like peanut butter straight out of the jar. If you make these, you might want to up your sugar if you like them sweeter. One recipe that I saw said add a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder to make them fluffier. But the fact that we smash them down, if you really want a thicker cookie, I guess you can just not smash them down as much. But they are a soft baked cookie. And I will tell you, the ones that I baked on the bottom rack baked more evenly. Baked crispier on the bottom. The ones I baked on the top rack baked more evenly. But they all came out really good, in my opinion. Oh, they really need that 2 minutes on the pan. So good. So good. Cheers. So now a bonus hack from TikTok. This one comes, believe it or not, from the Keto TikTok. I think that's the name of her channel. Name of her page. I don't know how they call it in TikTok. But she basically said you take, she was using 2 pints, like 2 pints of strawberries. I'm only using 1/4 strawberry she was using. She used 8 cups of cold water, some salt, and a 1/4 cup of vinegar, or a cup of vinegar, excuse me. So I'm using 6 cups of water and 3/4 of a cup of vinegar, and then a whole bunch of salt. She never said how much salt. But what this is to clean your strawberries. Now, you guys, if you've been around the channel for a while, you know I've showed you before how we clean our strawberries with vinegar in the past. It helps preserve them. It helps them stay fresher longer. But the part that's new to me is the salt. And what the salt does may shock you. So be prepared to be shocked. What you do is you put all your strawberries in here. I found a couple of twigs, like the branches that lead up to the strawberries in there. So you just want to make sure you clean out whatever you can. And you soak all your strawberries in there. You set your timer for 5 minutes. So we're not going to sit here and watch this for 5 minutes. But I will show you what it looks like just before we rinse it off. Because, ick. And see what I'm doing? Don't do that if you have a paper cut. Just saying. It's vinegar and salt water. Yeah, it's going to burn. Now, I will tell you, as this has gone viral on TikTok, people have seen all kinds of nasty things just swimming out of their strawberries. I am lucky enough to say that there aren't that many nasty things swimming out of my strawberries. But you'll see, once we drain them out, all the muck and guck that's left behind. So what you want to do, and you're not going to see me do this because I'm trying to capture all the muck and guck coming out of my strawberries. Actually, I was looking to see if anything was coming out. What you're going to do is you're going to transfer these to your colander, and you're going to stick them under running water, cold running water, for 3 solid minutes. What I like to do is to rest my colander in a bowl so they kind of soak in running water for 2 minutes, and then the last minute I just rinse them all off. Because I realized that as I scoop these out of this water, if there was something floating above it, it would just hook back onto the strawberry. So I wanted to give it a second opportunity to float off of there. So you can see some of the dirt and debris, but wait till I take the strawberries out. You guys won't believe it. Oh, no, wait. What is that? What is... No, where is it? Where is it? I just saw it. Oh, okay. There. That. What is that? No, I don't want to see that. Maybe it's just a seed. Maybe it's just a seed. It's a seed. It's a seed. I don't care that it looks like it's moving. It's just a seed. So here is the disgustingness that came out of my package of strawberries. You see them all floating here on the surface. Now, we will say, like, a little dirt never hurt. And obviously, we've probably been all eating these bugs the whole time, and we're not dead yet. But you just never know, okay? Now that you do know, like I said originally, the reason we always did this before is not to draw out all the little critters and dirt that were in our strawberries as much as to preserve them in the refrigerator. This process does give them a lot longer of a shelf life, okay? So I'm videotaping this during the 3 minutes that are going by with the water rinsing in the background. And yeah, I think I'm just going to let you watch. Now, after your 3 minutes are up, you want to go ahead and take your strawberries. I laid out 2 layers of paper towels, and then I laid them all out. I just gonna give them a big final rinse. Now I'm going to lay them out on the paper towels. I like to do, and this is not necessary, but what I like to do is I like to pull the greens back. I guess it's in the habit of doing like the dip strawberries. This is what I always do when I'm doing chocolate covered strawberries. But you pull the greens away. It's just easier for me, and it also helps them dry faster. Imagine how much faster you dry without the wet towel sitting on you, as opposed to with the wet towel sitting off of you. So I figured, like, that's my brain says about the leaves. All right. And now you really do want to let them sit here for about an hour to really get dry. If you don't have an hour, you can literally sit there with a paper towel and dry each one perfectly. But it's also that the temperature fluctuation. So they're going to go from cold, they're going to start to come to room temperature a little bit, and then you're going to put them back in the refrigerator. So that's why I do like to dry them, pat them dry, as opposed to just sitting there for an hour. But her recipe, or her idea, was to sit there for an hour. When we do chocolate covered strawberries, we let them sit to become room temperature, or else the chocolate could slide right off. So now I will tell you that this particular method did have some color bleed on the strawberries, like some of the juice came out. I don't know if it's because some of my strawberries were a little older. But this is just after a while. I've taken an airtight container. You can do a layer of paper towels, a layer of strawberries, a layer of paper towels, and repeat until you're done packing away all your strawberries. Okay? And this is really going to keep them fresh. You don't taste any vinegar. If you've rinsed them well, you don't taste any salt. But you do have that confidence that they are clean and ick-free. Okay, that's what we'll say. Now, if you don't know, berries are one of the fruits that don't spike your blood sugar, most people's blood sugar, I should say. So berries are keto friendly, but diabetic friendly is really what we're focused on. So just keep that in mind. They're a good snack. I'm not going to show you what these strawberries look today because they're all gone. I had a couple of sessions of strawberries and sugar-free Cool Whip. That's what I like to do. Okay, And then airtight container in the refrigerator. And here's what they look like after 3 days in the refrigerator. This was how long they were before I said. Like I said, it did bleach some of the color out, but they were still very juicy. They were still delicious and still tasted fresh. So that's it from today's. This is what I learned on TikTok. Trying TikTok recipes, whatever we're going to call it. If you guys have any questions at all, leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to check out TikTok if you're interested. It doesn't cost anything to sign up. It's a lot of fun. And if you haven't yet, click subscribe here. When you do, a little bell will pop up. When you ring that bell, YouTube will let you know whenever I upload a new video. And as always, you guys take care. God bless. And we'll see you next time. Bye.